Hey,
Yeah.
BCD.
What's going on, great people? Happy day. So glad you're in the building.
It is a happy day. It's another day of
Happy
life.
day, happy night. We love you guys. We truly, truly do. Now let's dive right into this content. What we got up?
Listen, so I don't know if y'all saw the big update how the January 6th tape was released. So apparently the cops opened doors.
Shout out to the new Speaker of the House because he's the one.
Yeah, is that who released it?
Yes. So shout out to my boy Mike.
Yep, he opened it. It showed they opened the doors. They high five peaceful protesters, and I'm like,
so
yo,
how did he go? How did it turn from that
to what we
to
saw
an insurrection?
To an insurrection. The people at B wants to stir this thing up so that everybody will emotionally pick the opposite candidate.
And how are they even tying Trump back to that? So I dropped a video on Stamper Red TV that talked about him being found guilty of insurrection.
That's right.
Yet he still can be on the ballot in Colorado.
Right.
And when you read some of the report based off what the judge wrote, I feel like some of the words that he said are very subjective.
Yeah.
Are very subjective.
That make no sense.
Those words don't necessarily mean specifically what you say they mean.
Right.
But if you're looking for it to be that, it could be that.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Let's play this.
Yeah.
Shout out to Benny.
Yeah. Sure is.
Benny has become the media plug.
Well, he be on his stuff. That's one thing I can say about it. Benny.
Is that real?
I know, right?
Brother.
It looks like
oh no, they must have just dropped the pitch right there.
Right.
Bruh. They dropped that in that AI, whatever he used to drop that in. It really made him like he was just enjoying himself right there. Because imagine if it was like that, they would be swarming him like he was.
Right.
Yeah. Yo, that's crazy. Look at.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Benny. Yesterday was a landmark day in press freedom and journalism, citizen journalism, when the House Republicans released all of the January 6th footage. And what has it proven? It's proven that we were right. It's proven that January 6th was a setup. It's proven that cops acted as tour guides, escorting peaceful protesters through the building and tracking them, showing them around, taking photos with them, unleashing them from zip ties and handcuffs, fist bumping them, and then they all left peacefully from the building. It shows that the narrative of January 6th is completely and totally farcical, that is fraudulent, and that you have been lied to, ladies and gentlemen. This is the largest bombshell story in American history.
That's
because so much has happened because of the lie that was January 6th. Now ask yourself, why did it take 3 years for this footage to be released? And here's what happened. Speaker Mike Johnson said, we are now releasing all of the footage. This happened on a Friday afternoon. We are now going to give all access to any American citizen the footage of January 6th. You can go into this specialized portal, effectively, and you can go look at 40,000 hours and clip from it what you will. Take from it what you will. You're allowed 10 clips a day. You can go request clips till the end of time. Till Kingdom Come, till Valhalla, right? And so people have been doing this.
But it made me think about this must be all according to the plan. Because if I can't think of who the Republican leaders was who was getting torched for firing the previous House Speaker.
Right.
And saying, okay, but look, if he had not have done that, we wouldn't even be here right now.
Right.
Because that House Speaker wasn't going to do it. He had the same capability.
Right.
This, and what have people been finding? They've been clipping images like this and scenes like this of peaceful protesters walking down the hall, of people being escorted around the Capitol building by cops, people being fist bumped by cops. This man getting zip tied, his zip ties effectively cut. Apparently he was restrained, cut, and then fist bumping the police officers. The entire narrative is fraudulent. Everything you've been told is a lie. The cops were part of it. When are they going to lock the cops up? I don't know. The cops on the date of January 6th said this. They said that they were being set up. The police officers, as soon as J6 started popping off, said, wait a second, this is all a setup. Hold on. Look, we're understaffed. We're undermanned. They wanted this thing to fail. Watch.
They set us the up. That's what they did. They set up 64. Oh, absolutely. And then they asked y'all to come 2 hours later. They set us up.
Wow.
Nah, right away. They set us the up. So now we ain't got
Well, yo, look at this.
We ain't got no mother. They set us the
They hid all this footage.
Take this mother.
Everyone across the internet is making the same point, which is, why did the January 6th committee not release this footage? Why have you been lied to by Adam Kinzinger and Liz Cheney and all of the corporate press about this? Why did it take citizen journalists to actually uncover footage like this? Why? Because they needed to protect a narrative that every person that entered the Capitol on January 6th was a dangerous terrorist insurrectionist.
Right.
Sorry, guys. Definitionally, insurrection is the attempted armed overthrow of the government. Does this look like an overthrow of the government to you? Or does this look like sightseers wandering
that
around
looks like sightseers.
peacefully inside of the Capitol building?
Right.
Looks like sightseers.
That is precisely what it is. And they threw people in jail for 20-odd years for this. Wow. By the way, you can see in multiple clips police officers effectively escorting people through the building.
I hope those people
bringing
are
them
able to get
into
out.
the building.
I really do.
J6ers have committed suicide. There have been 5 people, to our count, that have committed suicide
Really?
because the federal government will not tolerate an argument in court that the police officers opened the doors and led people peacefully into the building. Wow. But that is precisely what you see in these clips.
Wow, look at that.
The media needed a narrative. They needed a narrative in order
Hello,
to
lady.
attack Republicans as violent extremists. Because all they had for till the dawn of time was left-wing violent extremism. Left-wing violent extremism at the White House, left-wing violent extremism inside of every single protest in Washington, D.C. for all the time that I lived there for 15 straight years. Every violent protest was a left-wing protest. I was physically assaulted, spit on.
And I will say, I agree. You know, I can't go back as a historian and go all the way back to when the Capitol was stormed, you know, last and things like that. But I do know from the time that I've seen political things, it's always the left that's always on the buck stuff. The right kind of just be on. They always in their own thing. They just looking, you know, they just looking through the blinds of the curtains like, you know, what's going on? I don't want nothing to deal with none of that. Right. So he is right. The left has been always one that's with the problems.
On at these protests, my family was put in danger from these protests. I saw that with my own eyes. I saw them burn down the White House. I saw them attack cops, attack security. The left did nothing. The media did nothing. They must have a separate narrative because they needed to lie to people to say that Donald Trump was a dangerous president. Yeah. Donald Trump had only ever delivered good results for the American people. They needed to have their color revolution. And that's what this was. That's what this was. Clip after clip, tape after tape, image after image, video after video that is leaking out of this is showing that not only that, the press were literally sitting there waiting for this to happen. An incredible thing that's popped off here is that you can see in one of the clips, journalists inside of the Capitol building standing there taking photos, waiting in a line as though they were witnessing something that was pre-rehearsed.
People just politely walking down the hall.
Ladies and gentlemen, the real question here is how many feds were in the audience, were in the crowd, who was breaking the doors, who were the breach teams. Once you had a breach, it would have been there's chaos. People are going to wander into the building. So how many federal agents behaved criminally that day? Right. We know for a fact that there were undercover police officers in the crowd. We know for a fact, we have their body cam footage, that these guys behaved in a criminal manner, encouraging people to go into the building, encouraging people to go up the scaffolding.
That's crazy.
Encouraging people to commit crimes because many of these people have been charged with trespassing.
I can picture that. I can visually see the officials in there saying, yeah, just go, yeah, just go up there. I could see that. Like they had already been aware, yeah, just let them go do whatever they're going to do. Mm-hmm.
Their entire narrative has been utterly and totally and completely destroyed, obliterated, immolated. And now it's time for some hard facts. The only reason they did this is in order to kick Donald Trump off the ballot. In multiple states, they're trying to remove Donald Trump from the ballot for what? Insurrection. Even though Donald Trump said march peacefully, and all these people did. follow Trump's orders and march peacefully. In multiple states, Donald Trump is being charged. Donald Trump is being persecuted federally for inciting an insurrection in Washington, D.C. They're going to try and nab him on that. They needed to try and put Donald Trump in prison. That's what this is all about.
Yeah, obviously.
The big lie. This is the left's big lie. Their big lie was that January 6th was a violent insurrection. And now it has been utterly and totally demonstrably proven that police officers assisted, helped, and acted as tour guides, fist bumping the peaceful protesters that wandered through the building. Now, people may clip this out of context. There was hooliganism that happened on January 6th. We've covered that.
Yeah.
In fact,
was some
Antifa, BLM, undercover LARPer, MAGA LARPer, is going to go to prison. Caught a case yesterday. 7 felonies. We are not. If you punch a cop and if you hit a cop, you should go to jail. Period. I don't care who you are, what your political stripe is. What we are saying is that
I just saw a clip. I think it was an Antifa member. I saw it on Twitter, and people were like, they're asking question, do you think this was justified? So this officer was wrestling this Antifa member, is what it said. Antifa was an Antifa member, and they were fighting on the ground. The officer, I don't know, you can't see up close if the guy had a gun or not, but the officer, you saw him immediately get off 5 shots and then fire 2 shots at him. And my thing is, people are like, justified. I'm gonna tell you something. I feel like personally, when you go tackling the police force, don't expect it to go in your favor any kind of way. You either getting beat up real bad, you going to jail for a very long time, or it's a high possibility that you're gonna lose your life. So you go up there fighting police, expect to get what you get. I'm not in support of people that fight the police. It's the stupidest thing to me. And then you want to go and get at the police. No, you crazy.
Vast majority of people on this day were not only acting peacefully and as effectively tourists inside of the United States Capitol, but they were helped in by the federal agents in the crowd and by the cops standing at the building. And the real people who need to answer for all of this are people like Nancy Pelosi.
I believe
who allowed the Capitol building to be breached, who refused to take the phone calls from the chief of police, and who refused to accept the National Guard offer from Donald Trump. You cannot be an insurrectionist if you're offering 20,000 National Guard troops to protect the building.
Yeah.
That's impossible, definitionally. So this is what we've learned.
And if you see, what's so interesting, you see how them cops run there, but you see how the people are still so chill. They're not even turning their heads too much to see what's going on. So that lets me know that it wasn't a lot of buck crazy action going on in that place. So look how calm these people look. And they like, oh, wow, what's going on over there?
Smart, ladies and gentlemen. You have been lied to. We were right the whole time. The truth shall set you free. What's next? What's next, ladies and gentlemen? We must win, and we must hold accountable these people who have been fraudulently pulling hoaxes and lying to us, and who will do anything to try and keep power. They are sick scum. Ladies and gentlemen, the truth shall set you free.
That's right.
That's
It's time to act on the truth that we know. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. See ya.
Wow.
Okay, so we know that and I know he was talking about where there was people that were, busting the door down, getting through there. Mm-hmm. Now, are those some of the people that was locked up, or were those the COINTELPRO?
That's what that was? He's thinking that the people that were doing all the fighting to get in were your actual police infiltrators.
Okay.
Because think about it. If you look like me, we're going to defend our president, and I'm here to, rah, 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 and then several just start busting through the glass. There's a spirit in that's going to say, yeah, let's bust the glass. So now you couldn't tell at all. It just looked like everybody just bucking. So
when it really wasn't.
When they really wasn't.
Yeah.
But then once the door was open, everybody, some people jumped in. We just went in with them.
Yeah. Well, so glad. And it seems like, part of God, but it was part of God's plan for the former Speaker of the House to be ousted.
Yeah.
Because now the truth is coming out.
It's coming out.
He allowed the truth to be covered up.
Yep.
Or maybe it wasn't available, but it is now.
Yeah.
And this Mike is like, okay, let's go.
Right.
Let's go. So maybe the people who are in jail now for 20 years can get out.
That's the sucky part. Once you're in the system, now it's a whole bunch of process you got to do to be able to pull you out.
But
the
it's
system.
still a possibility.
Yeah.
It won't take 20 years to get them out. Hopefully not. I mean,
and especially hopefully some of those people have a good lawyer. Hopefully some of those people have funds to fund a good lawyer, because you got public defenders trying to deal with a large political matter. Yeah.
Don't estimate your public offenders. They may have some skills. They still lawyers.
You come in there, public defender coming out with notes and stuff falling out. I just got here.
These are the public offenders you see in the movies.
I just got here. Wendy's was having a
These are the
sale.
ones- Stop it. You are so wrong.
Yo, but I pray them people get out. All right, man, baby. Go ahead and leave them to the ward,
All
man,
right,
baby.
great people.
Man, baby.
So glad you are with us again for another video. Give us some comments in the comments section. What do you feel about this? How are you handling the new information? Our squad, our Trump supporters, those, and even if you don't support Trump, what do you think about it? Because we already know right is right and wrong is wrong. Let's go on that piece. Share the video, like the video, keep coming back. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you on the next one. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
That's right. Bye.